So here are things to look out for before buying a solar inverter system. Overcharge protection, over discharge protection, short circuit protection, overload protection, presence of a solar charge protection system for those that are solar charged. Over discharge protection would cut off the battery as soon as it gets to 9 volts for 3S lithium ion cells. Bottom line is it prevents the battery from going below what it's supposed to be by design. When batteries are discharged beyond the level they are supposed to be discharged, it increases the level of voltage sag. That means the battery can no longer carry what it used to carry before. Even though the voltage looks like it's the same, as soon as you put a load on it, it sags immediately. As soon as you unplug the load, it goes back up to what it was. You see, there is now a sagging. It's a bit more elastic than it used to be. When a system begins to behave like this, you know there is a bad discharge protection system, or there is no discharge protection system at all. So as soon as your inverter gets low, it should cut off immediately. It should not drop. You can know if a setup has discharge protection if it cuts off power immediately the battery gets at a certain level. But if it allows the power to continue and then maybe it begins to off and on back and off and on back and off and on back, that is an indication that there is a bad discharge protection system or there is no discharge protection at all. And then we have short circuit protection. If a system lacks this, it can easily cause fire outbreaks. So it's best to avoid it. Let's say your extension in your house gets bad, the wire melts, and then the live and the neutral are now having contact. So the effect that will have on your inverter will be very catastrophic if there is no short circuit protection. A short circuit protection can be built into a system, or it can be a circuit breaker switch. That means the circuit breaker would trip off immediately it senses that there is a short circuit or a large surge of load. It trips immediately. That way it saves the system from experiencing a catastrophic spark. Instead, you just go back to the switch and turn it back on, and you have your power and the whole system is restored. Overload protection is another thing you need to look out for. That can also be a circuit breaker, but some inverter systems can have it built into a management system. That means if you plug something you are not supposed to plug, let's say you plug your giant freezer on a 1000 kilowatt inverter, it's not supposed to allow the entire voltage to sag. It's not supposed to drop the current. It's supposed to switch off immediately. That is why it is called a protection. It doesn't allow that huge surge of load to get to the batteries. If it gets to the batteries, you might move on with your life, but the batteries won't move on. The batteries would start functioning less than their capacity because of that overload that you subjected them to. And then you have the use of a solar charge controller system. The worst thing you can do is to connect a solar panel directly to a system. There has to be a management system that is either built into the solar device, depending on the system that you are using, or an external solar charge controller. The reason is because most solar panels don't come in 12 volts. Your battery is 12 volts and it needs at least 12.6 volts to charge for lithium ion cells. It needs at least 12.3 volts to charge for lithium iron phosphate cells. But your solar panel is designed to minimize current and maximize voltage. So you can have solar panels having up to 17 to 19 volts. Some can have up to 42. Some can even have up to 52 volts from a single solar panel. You can't take that and put it directly on the battery, or it will keep trying to charge the battery because the voltage is high. So what a charge controller does is to take all that voltage from the solar panel and convert it into current and keep the voltage at 12 or 14 volts depending on the chemistry of battery that you're charging. This is why I only recommend solar batteries that are 1, lithium based, 2, that contain charge controller systems, overcharge protection, over discharge protection, short circuit protection, because most of these things are built into a battery management system or BMS. And these BMS are being built into this smarter design of batteries, not the older ones that we're used to. So it's best to get a solar battery that has a BMS built into them. They would help you prevent a lot of headache, including some fire outbreaks that are very unnecessary.